Welcome to Fusion Fest's virtual watch party of our MYgration films. We're going to see a couple films tonight that are by Central Floridians of Hispanic heritage. And this is Hispanic Heritage Month, so buenas tardes, almost buenas noches. Welcome. Before we see a couple films, let me bring on a couple of our guests today. We have Pedro Turushina, the Vice President of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Hello,
Hello,
Pedro.
everyone.
And we have Ana Maria Fernandez Saavedra. Hello, Maria.
Hi, Terry.
So the two of you have been around more than a decade and part of the Hispanic community. How have you seen over the years Central Florida celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month? Maria?
Yeah, well, I think it's been more relevant probably from like 6, 7 years from now. I've been here for 20 years. And I also suppose that is because of the influx of many Puerto Ricans and Venezuelans, Colombians coming to Central Florida. So now it's more relevant, the celebration.
And you're a dancer, so I think you've been called upon to dance at a lot of those celebrations?
Oh, yes, definitely. I've been here dancing for probably 16 years now. And yes, all the time, especially September and October, we always have those, thousands of calls just to go and represent our cultures.
Yeah. And Pedro, with the Hispanic Chamber, you probably are in touch with lots of celebrations going on?
Yes, that's correct. This year, and excuse the siren here in the background. 1 second.
That they're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month as well.
That was the introduction to the celebration. Yes, that's correct. I've been here for 21 years, and I like how much improvement and how much connection we have here in this community, specifically throughout the Hispanic Heritage Month. We get a lot of really good connections with corporate wanting to celebrate our heritage. So yes, you're right. We see it from corporate, we see it for small business owners, medium-sized owners, even government wanting to celebrate our heritage. And like Maria mentioned, I've seen her dance, and I like how all of our cultures and diverse community joins to celebrate this amazing opportunity and this amazing celebration. So I love Central Florida because we're very inclusive and diverse.
We have, do you have any figures, Pedro, on how many Hispanics are in Central Florida?
Currently, we are growing. Is one of the fastest growing communities here in Central Florida. We're projected to be close to over 30% of our community is Hispanic or Hispanic descent here in Central Florida, and we continue to grow. I mean, that number is going to be exponentially larger in the upcoming years.
And the Hispanic Chamber, I know, is one of the larger Hispanic or larger chambers. Do you know how many
Yes.
members you have?
Yes, that's correct. We're in the top 10 in the nation. We currently have over 1,800 active members of our community, and it's amazing. Of course, we dropped a little bit through pandemic, but we're back on track to hopefully hit the top 5 in the nation.
Nice. Do either of you know why Hispanic Heritage Month starts midway through one month and goes midway through the next month?
Well, that's a good question.
Yes, that is an excellent question, and I will get back to you on that one. But it is an interesting question. Why is it in the middle?
I don't know. The thought just hit me that maybe it encompasses more of the Hispanic Independence Days, but no, those are a bunch of them already happened. So
Yes.
that's probably not right.
Yeah, actually, the most recent was Independence Day for Mexico. But yeah, we have celebrations through the whole year about Independence Day for every country. So, well, that's a good question, Terry, actually.
And there are, 21 countries that are Spanish-speaking countries?
That's correct. Yes.
Is that the right number? Okay.
Mhm.
Great. Well, to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month here at Fusion Fest, one of the things we're doing is showing a couple films of other Central Floridians. So I'm going to send you two to the waiting room, and we're going to pull up a film, My Art is My Heritage, about Ana Cuellar, by Gari Martinez, the filmmaker. And we'll talk to them after the film. So let's watch this little 5-minute film now.
Hi, my name is Ana Cuellar. I'm from Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico, and I'm a choreographer, dancer, and an aerialist. Growing up in Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico, was not that simple. And I studied contemporary dance and artes escénicas, but before that, I was a gymnast. My mom put us there, my sister and I, because we were always on the street doing cartwheels and flipping around. And my mom is, okay, I'm tired of you girls. You guys need to go to gymnastics. I was part of the national team in Mexico as a gymnast. So it was a little bit hard and difficult for me because I have coaches who told me I have the talent to go to the Olympics. I have all this, but I didn't have the money to go to the competitions to get you to the Olympics. But unfortunately, in Mexico, they don't help the athletes. They don't, like here in the United States. So when people told me this, like, no, they're never going to call you. And now I'm here doing this documentary about my life. You have to prove them wrong, because when they say, like, you can, you just turn around and say, watch me. Start to do acting at the Cedar Alfonso Reyes. I started acting for 5 years, Shakespeare technique. And then from there, I moved to contemporary dance. I didn't know about Cirque du Soleil. I didn't even hear about it. So I was not really interested in any circus things. I went as a child, but that's it. My gymnastic coach, Adriana Corte, went to Montreal. So they went and they talked to her, oh, I want one of your gymnasts. And they go, oh, they're still in the elite gymnast, they're still competing. I don't think they can go yet. But I have one. She went back to Monterrey. I was teaching and she's like, Anna, I want to talk to you. She's like, do you know what Cirque du Soleil means? I'm like, it's a circus. Yes, I don't like circus. So I say no. And she's like, she called them and like, she said no because she really don't know you guys. So they sent me a video, the video of Kidam, one of the shows. And when I saw it, I was just blown away. Like, oh my God, this is not a circus. This is like a, I don't know, like a different show. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm like, okay, maybe yes. I said, okay. So I did my video. They love it and they called me right away. So I went to Montreal in 2003. So because I was strong. I didn't do aerial before, but I was strong because of the gymnastics. I was grateful because of the dance. I was open because of the acting. So everything came from this training in Monterrey, in Mexico. So that all this coming together at Cirque du Soleil. After Langua finished, I didn't know if I'm gonna continue with Cirque or not. I know as an artist, I was already like, I decided like, I'm gonna retire on that level. So I was not sure, but I didn't put my eggs in one basket. So it's when I create my show. So when Cirque see that, they really kind of like, oh, look, Anna's directing, Anna's doing this. So my coach, Matthew Spark, hooked me with the people from the crew from at sea. and it's how I get involved. I present my work, they love it, and just to be back, and now they see that side of me.
Great. Well, let's bring Ana and Gary on. Hey, guys. So this was made a couple years ago, I think, right?
Yeah.
And Gary, what did you think when you got as your subject Ana, who was a cirque performer?
Well, the introductions were a little unexpected. It was done in a very different way in terms of meeting people. You were given this card, and so there was this moment of anticipation when opening to find out who your talent was going to be. And Ana and I, once I found out who she was and how we started talking, we hit it off pretty well, I thought. It was a really great experience kind of to get to learn about her and her journey to Central Florida and how her arts were sort of the propellant for that. You know, the ignition for her journey began within her art herself.
So I should explain our MYgration film contest. We randomly put together filmmakers like Gary with subjects, Ana, and they have like the weekend to make a film. They have not met before. It's about getting to know each other. Ana, what was it like for you to have this intense film experience?
Oh.
Hang on a second. I think we got you muted. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. There you go. Well, for me, it was a great experience. As you say, we didn't know each other, so I didn't even know the idea what we're gonna do. So I met Gary, was just amazing, and he did a great job. I didn't even know he can do that fast. I was so blown away for the way this project worked, and it's amazing. And it's amazing to meet new people and to know that there's a lot of talent in every part of the art, not just dance, but now it's as a filmmaker, as a photographer, everybody just amazing. And it was an honor to work with him.
Are you still with Cirque?
I still with Cirque, but now as an artistic coach. Yes.
And Gary, you're still making films?
To a certain degree, yes. I've transitioned into a production staff job, which has taken up the majority of my time. We're planning for productions that are coming up, but it's because of this. In fact, this particular documentary was included as part of my resume because of it. So, yeah, I very much am still active in the film community to some degree. And it's exciting to see kind of like this is funny looking at the video now. I have it in my storage and whatnot, and I pull it up every now and then, but it's almost like a time capsule to sort of see the growth and the transition between both Ana and I. Because Ana, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you were waiting to see what your next project was going to be when we first started shooting that project, right? And now to hear that you're back with Cirque du Soleil in a different capacity, I mean, that's exciting. It's lovely to see the transition of art and sort of like this handoff from one group to the next, in the passing of time, as you will.
And Gary, your background is Hispanic as well, right?
Yes. I was born in Venezuela. My father is Cuban. And we migrated right before 1990 to Miami, where I was raised most of my life. And then we eventually found our way into Orlando when I was 15, and progressively sort of the arts sort of influenced me in the area too. And I'm a filmmaker now. So yeah.
Right. And by the way, some folks have been pitching in about the Hispanic Heritage Month from the 15th to the 15th. That's it's significant to a number of Latin American countries. anniversary of independence for Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua. And also it was in September of 1968 when Lyndon B. Johnson signed the executive order to create Hispanic Heritage Month. So
That's awesome.
there's some answers to you, for that.
That's
And
great.
anyone, if you want to put a question or comments in where you're watching on either Facebook Live or YouTube, we will see those and we'll try to answer that. And Ana, question for you. Cirque itself is a very diverse place with people from all over the place, right?
Right. Yeah.
So how does that work? Does is there conflicts? Does that work pretty well?
It's actually pretty well, and be now the other side where now you're the artistic coach. Now I prepare the new artists to go on the stage, just to be like I wasn't that side before, and now give them the opportunity to learn what I learned, and just for them to have the new adventure to Cirque du Soleil. So it's just amazing. And now I also have my own dance company, which is Ana Cuellar Production, and I create my own shows. I just create my brand new show. It's called And Me. And actually everything is in Spanish. Normally I do in English everything because I am in the United States. But I was thinking, wait a minute, I'm Hispanic, so I should do something in Spanish. So my new show is called And Me, and I have an actor, and he say a poem, and everything is in Spanish. And I collaborate with Latin people, painter, videographer. Unfortunately, my dancers are no Hispanics, but all the production is Hispanic, so it's just amazing.
Where will we be able to see that?
Well, it just passed already, was September 10, but I'm gonna try the Orlando International Fringe Festival, and we'll see if I get selected there. But you're gonna see some of these things there.
Great. And wanted to let you know that Vicente Colmenares says congratulations to you.
To who? What?
Yes, Gary, did you want to say something?
I was going to say to Ana, this is awesome. I didn't know that you had a show, and I'm excited to maybe visit and see it during the Fringe Festival. That's exciting.
I hope I get selected. We'll see.
Yeah, I think you'll make it without a hitch, I'm sure.
If anyone doesn't know, the Fringe Festival receives hundreds of applications for people to perform, and then they have a lottery for who gets chosen for that. So that's how that works. Well, before we go on to the next film, I want to say that these migration films, we're watching this one from what year was this, Gary? It
was before COVID. I want to say it was like 2018, most likely.
Maybe. Well, was there a pairing party or? Yeah, there was
a pairing party, yes, and we held it in one of the local universities.
Yeah, so it was in 2019 then. I think.
2019, that's right.
Well, we just completed filming 12 new films through this process, and they will be premiering on some big screens this weekend and the next. So this Saturday at Rollins College in the Bush Auditorium at 7:30 p.m. and the following Saturday, October 1st, at the CMX Cinemas downtown in the afternoon at 3 p.m. and a 5 p.m. showing. And I've got a little commercial to show you about that. This year's MYgration Films for Fusion Fest will take place premiering September 24th at Rollins and October 1st downtown here at the CMX Theater, where we have neighbors, do you know this, from Croatia, El Salvador, Germany, Guyana, Hong Kong, India, Israel, Lebanon, Nigeria, North Carolina, Polynesia, Portugal, Puerto Rico, and Ukraine. You can learn all about them at the films here. And so come on down, join me, relax, and get some popcorn. Here we go, sir, and enjoy. We're gonna have a great time. So you can get tickets to any of those 3 premiere showings of the 12 films, which are about people from all those countries that I mentioned to you. And you can get your tickets at fusionfest.org/film. But let's look at one more film that's been completed from our past years. This is Butterflies of Marmol.
I always say that I'm proudly from Venezuela. It's a pride that it's very close to my heart. And this 3 colors of my flag are actually in my blood, within my skin, and they're part of who I am.
My name is Jose Rodriguez Marmol. I'm an entertainment business professional and journalist. I'm originally from Caracas, Venezuela.
Venezuela is going through a very tough situation nowadays, politically, economics, politics, social issues, and they have been going on for the past 20 years. So yeah, when you start growing up and you start seeing what's happening around the country, you start realizing that the country does not allow you to be who you want to be and does not provide you a future. I remember sitting down in front of a radio cassette and recording my voice into the radio cassette and telling stories. So my toys were my audience, and I had imaginary guests, and I was creating stories about anything that came up to my mind. When I graduated from high school, I went to law school, and it was not bad, but it was not my passion. When I came here in 2010, one of my goals was going back to school. I was not able to do so until I got my permanent residence card in 2015. So I always knew about Full Sail University in Winter Park, and I decided to pursue a bachelor's in entertainment business. And it was great. It was a great 3-year experience for me, and I was able to reconnect with that inner child that used to sit in front of a radio cassette and tell stories. In 2018, I decided to create a small business with my significant other, who's JJ Gonzalez Acosta. He's a painter, he's an artist. He's also from Venezuela, and we met here back in 2017. It was amazing because we were on the same boat. And we realized that we had same interests. We realized that we had same goals. We decided to create a podcast, and Artistic Spot was born back in August 2018. Then we were able to put our show on Spotify, iHeartRadio. We recently celebrated our 100th episode, which is amazing, a very important milestone, because we have been able to keep on telling stories about people everywhere in the country, but also in other countries around the world. So when this whole idea of JJ Arts and Design Productions started back in 2018, JJ decided to create this beautiful masterpiece, Butterflies of Freedom, which is pretty much right behind me. It's the color of her flag and 7 butterflies that represent the star, but it does not only represent the stars of her flag, it represents Venezuela as a whole. Not only the people that are still there going through hardship and still fighting for the country, it also represents the Venezuelans that we have decided to go out. I'm very lucky to be part of this community that supports each other and that it's very diverse. And we do not only have people from Latin America living in Orlando, there's people from every country around the world living in Central Florida. When I talk about inclusion, I talk about bringing people of every aspect to tell their story. It doesn't matter if they're gay, bi, non-binary. It doesn't matter if they're trans, if they're black or white, because we all have a powerful story that needs to be told. We need to start feeling proud of who we are. I'm proudly from Caracas, Venezuela. I'm proud to say that I'm gay. I am proud to say that I have a significant other with whom I want to have a family. I am proud to say that that person is the 100% to my 100%. And that's how everything should be. It's a game of appreciating the place that's being your home now, but at the same time, not forgetting where you come from.
Basically the philosophy of Fusion Fest. And I don't know if Jose is with us yet. He's not coming on the screen, so I'm thinking not. Jose has actually moved to New York. He was offered a job with Hamilton, a show that he's seen over and over and over and loved and got to work with. So, but I love that his expressions were about how we can be proud from where we come from, what our heritage is, but we should be also proud of who we are here in Central Florida. And Fusion Fest is all about the fact that here we are as Central Floridians. Let's celebrate all of our heritages and let's explore how we are influencing each other as Central Floridians and creating our identity together here as Central Floridians. And Isabella Romero was the director. She's of Cuban heritage, and she was not able to join us today either. This film was just filmed in this past year, 2021. So that is that film, and I guess we won't talk about it anymore because Jose has not been able to join us. I do want to make sure everyone knows that this is one of the programs of Fusion Fest with the mission that I just mentioned, but it culminates on Thanksgiving weekend when we're thankful for our heritage with a big festival, Fusion Fest. And if you haven't been there, let me show you just a little short clip about what Fusion Fest is about. There is something for everyone at Fusion Fest happening right downtown the Saturday and Sunday after Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, let's bring Pedro and Maria and Ana back. So, any comments or anything you want to wish anyone for Hispanic Heritage Month?
Well,
Yes, I want.
yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead, Maria.
Congratulations. I know I'm very proud of, Hispanic people here. No matter where your country is about or where you come from, it's always a pleasure to see all these advancements in art, culture, in music, dance, in, medicine and communications and politics. So I'm really proud of the Hispanic community here in Central Florida. So congratulations to the people who have shown those amazing films.
Agreed. I couldn't agree more with Ms. Maria. This particular programming that Terry puts on for us on a yearly basis has actually been of great influence in my life as a Hispanic living in Central Florida. And the festival in and of itself has allowed me the opportunity to get to learn about the different types of people that live in Central Florida. You would be remiss if you did not go and visit this event. It really is an opportunity to learn new things, learn about new people, and it's a great networking opportunity for artists of all types. It's interesting how Ana and I kind of fell into this sort of like this mesh of I don't know. We jived really well together when we were shooting, but it's because a lot of our cultural identity was sort of integrated with one another. So it's in that you'll find a lot of that in Fusion Fest, and not just with the Hispanics, but with the cultures that live in Central Florida, which is exciting in and of itself.
Yes, a recent study said that by the year 2030, we may be one of the most diverse cities in the world.
That's
and
exciting.
At Fusion Fest, we've had over 100 different heritages that people have self-identified as their heritage. So,
and that's one of the things that I wanted to add really quick here, that I've had the opportunity to work with many of you. I work with JJ, I work with Terry, and I love how Central Florida is so eager to be collaborating within each other, making sure that we are always like connecting and making sure that we're always being a good, solid community that we're showing out to the world. So I'm very, very proud of living here. We see a lot of individuals here that are very successful and very arts passionate. So I'm looking forward to upcoming years.
And Pedro is on the steering committee, so he's going to make sure that we are steering in the right direction. Thank you, Pedro.
Thank you.
Ana, did you have any comments at the end here? Can you hear us, Ana? But we can't hear you. Well, no, can't hear you yet. We're just enjoying your earrings. I mean, what can I say?
She's very fashionable.
Well, thank you all for joining us today. Yes, and thanks for watching this. It is available for watching later on YouTube and our Facebook page. But everybody have a very wonderful and happy Hispanic Heritage Month, spanning over these 2 months. See you.